Hey guys, I'm back with my next SpongeBob episode review of this series, and we're going to be reviewing one of the greatest episodes of the season, being Culture Shock. If you were to ask me what SpongeBob episode pioneered the humor for this show, I would have said this episode. But before we get into that, let me describe the plot. The plot is that the Krusty Krab hasn't seen a customer in weeks, so in order to try and fix this issue, Squidward comes up with the idea to create a talent show to try and bring culture to Bikini Bottom. What happens is that some of the known characters of Bikini Bottom show off their acts. One by one, they go into their talents, with my personal favorite being Gary's. But of course, Squidward gives himself the last talent. His talent, of course, was him dancing on stage with some of the most beautiful dance moves I've ever seen. But the people of Bikini Bottom seem to disagree and boo Squidward off the stage. Of course, Squidward made SpongeBob mop the stage, so when SpongeBob goes to the stage, the crowd starts to cheer at the sight of SpongeBob, and when Squidward even shows an arm, they start to get quiet again. This all leads to the talent show being a success. Let me start this off by saying that this is how you make Squidward the butt of the joke. Throughout the episode, he was acting like a prick to SpongeBob, so when he finally gets his time to shine, he ends up getting booed off stage, and it's really well deserved, unlike some episodes in the future. Also, when I say this episode made me laugh, I really mean it with the amount of jokes it had. All of it seemed to land for me. Even the really subtle jokes, just like Patrick laughing at Squidward for just talking, I thought was pretty funny. But of course, the highlight of this episode easily has to be the ending. The beginning and middle of this episode is also good. I liked how the people of Bikini Bottom were hyping up this talent show like it was the biggest thing, and SpongeBob constantly bugging Squidward to be in the show was also good. The ending, though, was something else. Everything about it was so perfectly timed, with how SpongeBob is immediately cheered for his talents of mopping the floor, and how Squidward does the same thing but is instantly shamed for this. Overall, this episode for me is just the perfect episode in terms of humor, and this is when the humor started to get better with SpongeBob. With this, I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10, putting it above Pickles but below Pizza Delivery.